welcome to Some Guys Talking. I'm Tyler the Collector.
And I'm Aviary Law.
And joining us today from Truck Stop Comix, Jason.
Howdy.
Jason the Curator?
Yeah, long time ago. Long time ago it was the Curator.
You got to have a cool nickname.
Yeah, the Curator.
That's pretty good.
That is
like
a good one.
Yeah, Jason the Curator.
Yeah, and actually that was actually given to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't just pick it.
Like some nerd.
I think you picked yours.
Yeah, I did.
I totally picked mine.
I showed up. I got that because I showed up to another podcast, and man,
I had to talk about that.
I know. I just had a whole box of comic books, and they're like, "Oh yeah, so Curator, there you go."
Yeah.
Nice.
But that was Pull This Podcast, the comic book podcast.
Yep.
That was the first time when I heard that was, my origin story starts with that. Yeah. Hearing you on that.
Yeah, because
inspired me to do it. If those fucks can do it, I can do it.
Yeah, we met up at a bar, and you were like, "What?"
Yeah. Crazy. Well, as you
they don't do it anymore.
They don't?
No, they quit.
Well, that happens.
Yep.
Failed projects. I know all too much about that.
Know enough about that.
Well, I mean, I think we should just jump right into the nitty gritty. What you been streaming this week?
Oh, I should really prepare for this question more than I do.
I ask every single week.
Borderlands. I streamed that this week. The OG Borderlands. I streamed Anno 1800.
Okay.
That's fun. That's a fun city builder. I streamed Tropico 6, which is also a city builder. Tropico 6 is more like a snarky, like governmental. You're basically Cuba. And then Anno is like 1800. Like it's at those times.
It still blows my mind that you don't play Age of Empires.
Nope, never played it.
The first.
Nope, never played it.
That's crazy. Did you play Age of Empires?
No.
Civs before that.
Yeah, but it wasn't like Age of Empires was, I guess, more fighting centric, which made it cool.
Cool. Nope, never played it.
Cool.
No. Let's see. Oh, and Division 2. I did some of that as well. I love that game so much, man.
You keep going back to it.
I'm not sure. I was saying about this the other day. I was like, if somebody asked me, you have to play one game forever, I was like, it'd be hard for the Division not to be in the conversation.
Really?
It's a very satisfying game. Like the sounds are satisfying when you level up, like the way the GPS works, like everything is just very satisfying in that game. Division 1 has a lot of bullet sponges though towards the end, so that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
But 2's really good. But the immersion in 1, it makes you feel like it makes me feel like it's almost like Die Hard because it's Christmas time. Things are all blown up and shit. Like you'll go into a mall and there'll be like Christmas displays all torn up, and the best character of those games is the map. Seriously, like it's so immersive. It's crazy.
Okay.
But yeah, pretty solid. I don't know. I'm thinking I'm gonna get this game called Outward. It's another game. Like an RPG type game, and it's kind of interesting because it's kind of like Kingdom Come Deliverance, where you're just like a scrub. You're not some like Dragonborn, or you're not some special person. You're just a scrub trying to make it in this RPG world.
That's cool.
Yeah, I kind of like that. That's neat.
Did you ever play? It was like PlayStation 2 had just come out, and Dynasty Warriors.
No, I know it, but I've never played it.
And there was another game that was like a battle simulator in like the old Japanese ancient style. And I can't remember what it's called. I don't know why. It just made me think of that. Like I remember like drooling over that when you would see like the PlayStation 2 is coming out. Here's what Madden looks like now, and the breath is out. Yeah, and just like the graphics. Man.
And now you look at it, you're like, that's dog shit.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. I can't remember. I can't remember the name of the game now, but I was watching it. I almost bought it just because of the graphics. Like I wasn't really that interested in the game, but there's a game coming out. There's a game that's out right now that has just the most insane graphics. I wish I remember what it is. I'll remember it and we'll talk about it.
There you go.
But yeah.
Well, my least favorite part of every episode, the draft results.
Yeah, how'd that go?
Jeez.
You won.
Oh, that's cool. Thanks,
cool.
Guys.
Moving on.
Okay.
It's disgusting at this point. Just another ass whooping.
I don't know. I just want to drink my water. My fancy water.
There you go.
My fancy water this week it's proud source water from the pristine Rocky Mountains. I'm trying to step my water game up. You guys have inspired me. They buy name brand water.
Yep.
I buy Kroger
Yep.
water.
Yep.
So I'm trying to like step up to the level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rocking the Ice Mountain
There you go. Yep. We provide Ice Mountain
Yeah, it's pretty-
in the studio.
in the green room.
Yeah. Well, let's get into our top 5 things
All right.
or top things.
Just a thing or two.
Yeah. Sometimes it's a little more, a little less.
Yeah.
I've been watching History's Greatest Hoaxes on Netflix.
Really?
I haven't seen that one.
I've never. Yeah. It's not even popped across my.
Well, you get that algorithm, like
I don't like their algorithm for the record.
you can lose, like there'll be a lot of things I don't get to see because if you watch maybe 2 or 3 of these style documentaries shows, that's all that pops
Flooded.
up. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's terrible. As much as I enjoy Netflix's UI, I hate their algorithms.
I had to look, like really search for Walking Dead because I wanted to start watching where I'd left off, and I just gave up and eventually just went to the search bar.
Yeah, I have
Like,
to do it all
normally
the
you
time
can-
now.
I always go to the search bar.
I feel like you're but the thing is if you go down through there and you actually find it, you feel like you won a prize. And you're like you feel like you're defeated if you have to go to that search bar.
Yeah.
You're like, God damn it, I gotta
Half
go
the
to the
time
search
it just
bar.
takes too long. Like click.
Yeah.
I know, but
All right,
I'm
just
in
search.
it. I'm in for it. I don't know, I do it.
Yeah, I do it too. I don't.
Way too
My
much
first
effort.
thought isn't to go to the search bar
No.
unless I'm using Apple TV because then I can just say Walking Dead.
Oh yeah, you use that.
Yeah.
My Roku has that, but I don't use it.
The Amazon Fire Stick has a version of it that you can't use in apps, but you can use it like when you're in their home screen.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
The
can
other
talk
day,
to mine through my phone.
Do you?
the other day
can.
I was watching.
I'm not downloading an app on my phone anymore. I'm over that.
I've noticed twice now that I'm in the middle of watching something and it's not in my recently watched. That's been happening to me lately, which is weird.
And this is fun. You always bring up how much you hate Hulu's,
Terrible, dog shit.
and normally I'm like,
Yeah.
Their
What's-
UI is terrible. It just is. Like the way you find stuff, it's worse than Netflix's. Even the way it's set up, the way you have to hit back sometimes to get to the top. Like the way it's set up is clunky. And then between shows, sometimes it's 600 seconds between shows, between episodes.
I feel like I just don't give this enough thought. I think because I
just
I
take
use I have Hulu, Netflix, and Amazon and all that. And it's like, all right, yeah, well, whatever. It's just press the button.
my dad was like, "Hey, there's this movie called Airstrike. It's ridiculously bad. I want you to see a part of it." Bruce Willis is in it, and it's like it was made in China. It's like a Chinese cinema, like strictly like made and produced there. And he must have just got a hell of a payday to be in it. Him and Adrian Brody, because it's like Godzilla old style where like they're speaking.
Dubbed.
It's dubbed, but
What?
Bruce Willis isn't dubbed, so when he talks, it's normal. They talk, and it looks like they were trying to speak English, and it wasn't good enough, and they went back in and redubbed it.
Oh my!
And it's like I can't it takes me out of it every time someone talks.
No
But
way.
the reason I bring it up is so he showed me the scene, and now it's forever going to be in my Hulu. Like, you want to finish watching this? And it's like, oh no.
Yeah, I wish you could delete that shit.
Yeah, like I just don't want to see this shit
Why
anymore.
can't you delete that?
I don't know.
stuff? Like
That's Netflix is that way too. Like I start watching something and it's forever in my continue watching. And I'm like,
Yeah,
I don't want
that's what
to.
it's
That's
called,
why I don't
continue
want to continue watching. Yeah, it's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
because we always call it like, all right, well, we'll try this one out and give it 5. And if in 5 minutes you're not hooked, man, you stop. But
Yeah.
it's always there.
Yep.
Yeah. Back to History's Greatest Hoaxes. It's replaced Forensic Files as my like. I'm gonna watch this as I'm like doing something else and trying to getting ready to go to bed. It's good. Do you guys believe in any of like the Loch Ness monster
No,
or
it's just literally hoax.
alien autopsies and stuff like that?
No,
What was another one?
it'd be cool if aliens were a lot.
I believe in aliens, but they debunk like the autopsy video that was leaked out.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
Because they're like, that's clearly like pig intestine.
No, I just don't. I can't buy into that shit. That's another reason why. Actually, we'll get to it. Never mind. Good.
Okay. You saw a movie?
That's exactly what I was going to talk about. That's the reason why I can't get into these kind of movies. Is like horror movies. I
What
went and
kind
saw Pet Cemetery.
There you go.
Ooh, is it
Some
good?
guy Ben's gonna be super happy, right? Because he was like, "I'm gonna watch that in theater," and
Yeah.
I was like, "I shit on it." I went to theater last night and watched it.
He
Really?
hasn't even seen it yet in theater.
I've never even seen the original.
Really?
I don't like
haven't
horror
seen it.
movies.
Oh man.
Like I can't. I don't know. I don't want to say too much and spoil it, but there's usually some time in the movie where someone's just overly stupid, and I have to like suspend reality to think that this actually happened, and I can't buy into it. Like I just can't buy into horror movies usually because people are usually doing stuff that is so fucking stupid to get into this mess in the first place, and I'm like, no one's this fucking stupid. Like anyway, so we went out last night with friends. We went drinking. And all of a sudden, one of my buddies was like, we should go watch Pet Sematary. And my wife's like, okay. But my wife hates horror movies. But for some reason, she's down, even though she spends half of it literally in my armpit.
Oh, my God. You're giving me anxiety. You didn't plan? Like, you were
it
out
was
doing
on-
something else
Yep.
and then saw a movie?
Yeah, we went to.
You didn't buy your tickets 2 or 3 weeks in advance?
No, never.
What?
Never.
What is going on?
We went to a local brewery and we had dinner. And then we were sitting there. It was like 7. And my buddy was like, hey, we can go watch Pet Sematary. And my wife was like, there's one at 7:45. And that's what happened. We went to Pet Sematary. And then, anyway, we went and watched it. And, I mean, it was fine. But it's just not my thing.
What do you give it on a grading scale? Or how about, I'll ask you more general. Would you see it again?
No.
Okay.
No.
Why? Like too scary or
just not
too
your
stupid?
thing.
I don't think it was scary at all. It was stupid. There's stuff, for starters, I don't know if the first one's like this or not, but like, I don't know if you get into the premise of the movie out there, but there's a special place in this guy's land. You bury something there, it comes back to life.
It was like an Indian burial ground.
Right.
Is it in a pet cemetery?
Well, actually, it's behind it. But anyway, so
so this movie is falsely titled.
it should be called Behind the Pet Cemetery. But anyway, so they fucking, like, for example, they bury this cat in there, right? Cat comes back to life. Boom. It's bloody and dirty the entire fucking movie living in his house. Like, you tell me for 2 weeks after this thing, you wouldn't try to give it a bath?
You just accept the fact that it's
You just said the
nasty
fact that
as
it's
fuck.
covered in matted bloody hair living in your house. You're just supposed to accept this.
Yeah.
It takes me out of it. I'm like, no, that's so stupid. And the whole reason to be in this mess, because there's a neighbor that like knows how terrible this is, but he's like, I thought it might be okay now. It was terrible for me when I tried it. It ruined my life. But I'm a sweet old man, and I think that this
should
might
go
help.
ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, just go ahead.
So I'm supposed to like
Roll the dice.
disconnect the fact that this guy's sweet in every level, but he was like, you know what, this kind of ruined my life, but I think it'll be okay for you guys.
Okay.
I don't know. It just shit like that. It takes me out of it, but it was fine. I think it was entertaining if you're into that shit for sure. I think if you like those kind of movies, it's entertaining. But
Okay.
the guy I was with, my buddy Matt, he's like he was my resident Marvel geek before I came into Tyler's life. Tyler definitely takes that crown now, but they he loved it. He thought it was great. So, and he likes this kind of movies. So
That's the better judgment if
Yeah.
you like those style movies. Because I'm the same way as you. Like, horror movies do not do anything for me.
I like the original.
Do you?
Yeah, I haven't seen this one yet, but I do like the original of this one.
we're trying to be the group of people that went together. The 6 of us. They all like, a couple of them like Stephen King movies a lot, so we're gonna go see a lot of the Stephen King movies, which again I don't really care about, but I did think that it was pretty good when we went and watched it. I liked it.
I actually liked it as well.
Yeah, I thought it was really well done.
See, I did not like it at all.
That's
Really?
interesting.
Yeah, it drove me crazy. Like what you're saying about the stupidity factor. That whole movie for me was like, this is just ridiculous. Like, what is going on here? And then I borrowed it from a friend. I called him like halfway through. I was like, you gave me this shit? Like, I hate this. And he loved it.
I thought that, I don't know, to me, like, that almost felt like an alternate reality to where, like, Pet Cemetery felt like my normal family, and then all of a sudden there's this Pet Cemetery. Like, it was just two different worlds that didn't blend.
Yeah.
It was
I don't
weird.
know if I actually saw it from start to finish. Megan, do you remember if I watched, or did I just watch, like, the last 2/3? So I could be giving you wrong information.
Just watched the last 2/3,
Yeah.
if that.
I thought it was pretty good. I
fun.
wouldn't watch it again.
It gives me like that. The kids like that. Maybe that was kind of why I liked it. It was just like the hype in my household was that it was good.
I've never been a big Stephen King fan, though. I did like the one on Hulu, the series.
Oh yeah,
Castle Rock.
Yes,
Castle Rock.
Castle Rock.
Castle Rock's really good.
That was really, really good.
that was intriguing.
Yeah, that was a great show.
I hated the end of it, but besides
We
that,
didn't finish it.
yeah, the end was so convoluted. I feel.
That's a hard task to do, is to take all of those freaking stories and characters and intertwine them. Like,
yeah.
Jesus
Kudos for
Christ,
them for doing it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I personally didn't like the way they did it, but I just thought it was like all of a sudden at the end it was like boom, 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 like just throw a thing at the wall. We have to tie this up real quick. It just felt messy. But
They had me hooked at this is in the Shawshank prison. Like, sold, the best Stephen King movie.
Yeah.
It's not even a horror movie.
Nope.
I've been watching Comic Book Man. All the seasons are on Amazon Prime.
Are they really?
Yeah. That's what hooked me. It was
Guess
like,
what I'm gonna start watching.
yeah, like I'm scrolling through. I'm like, oh my god, all the seasons, and it's
awesome.
like stream now. Yeah,
I love that show. That show is so good.
it's such a that is like the ideally like, hey, you can just watch a little bit. If you don't finish it, it's not a big deal.
It's awesome background noise too.
Yes, perfect background noise. You've been playing. You mentioned.
Yeah, it's a fun game. It's a great little civ builder. You just start off in the 1800s, and you have like farmers, and then you can upgrade those to workers, upgrade those to artisans. Like,
just go through the process.
It's like I was saying earlier. It's like satisfying. Like it's really neat the way that everything like clicks together. You have to do some future planning. It's just good. You have to worry about beauty. You have to worry about like beautification of your land, not taking over too much green space and like ruining that. Pollution, stuff like that. You have to worry about all that kind of stuff. But it is, I don't know. It's fun.
It's
Plus,
one of those games.
That's just like that Age of Empires, though.
Yeah.
I mean,
this sounds a little more in depth, but
it's the same concept.
Yeah, Age of Empires was like, hey, you need to do this.
I have no patience for the games like that. Like, I
love
always would like to play it, but it's like,
yeah, that's the same.
Can't do it.
It's really cool too when you zoom in and get to see all the details like of your bustling city.
Oh, okay.
Like you can really zoom in and like walk through the streets and kind of take it all in, that stuff you've created.
Nice.
And how it's interacting and stuff.
You still playing?
And there's a story mode too, by the way, which is awesome.
Outlaws?
There's a campaign. Outlaws, I will be playing. It's just it's on the shelf right now because it's just in that weird development stage to
Beta
where
7Z.
It launched, huh?
Beta 7Z, right?
Yeah.
Alpha Omega.
Yeah. It launched with a bunch of content, and then they're fine tuning that content, and then they're slowly adding new content. So right now there just needs to be more content. Like,
so yeah, you're just waiting for the game to be completed.
Or at least have another big content drop. But
you were all about that though.
I like it a lot. I think it's a good game. It's just you have to. Like, it's up to the users to make that world kind of live. They give you the stuff to make it possible, but like if people aren't still playing it as much, then
was that kind of like Sea of Thieves' big thing? Was like they give you all the tools to have the fun in the game, but it's up to you.
Kinda, except it's different because you're actually creating the world in Outlaws. Sea of Thieves, the world's already there. It's just up to you to go out and. Sea of Thieves to me is so. I don't get it. Like I think it's cool. It'd be fun to like drink beer and play with friends, like Sea of Thieves. But literally, all you're doing the entire time is just going to an island and getting treasure and shit. And I guess you can get from other ships if you run into them. And it's just I don't know. It's so repetitive to me. But I can see why it'd be fun. I mean, Black Ops. I used to love playing Black Ops. It's competitive as shit. But the fact that there's players in there is what makes it different every time, I guess.
Still loving Brooklyn Nine-Nine, man.
So good.
Yeah.
It is.
Just when you think like, okay, they're settling into a groove, they'll throw you a curveball and like the show gets turned upside down for a couple episodes.
Yeah.
And you're like, wow. And everything I wanted it to be, it's becoming. And I think I mentioned that last week.
It's weird because they do early on, you're like, I want this to happen and I want this to happen. And you're like, I guess maybe it's not going to happen. But then it does happen and it stays that way for a little while. And you're like, it's not. Sometimes when shows do a thing that you want them to do, it happens and you're like,
it's not as good as you.
Yeah, now what? Like, that's kind of lame. But they do it and it's still good.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
I know exactly what you're. Yeah. And you mentioned early before we even watched it, Captain Raymond Holt.
He's my favorite character.
Yeah, his character evolves, and they do blend off of each other.
Mm-hmm. Him and Jake are a wonderful duo.
Yep.
But Holt still never. There's times where he's like, he really just say that, but it's kind of like it's still in his like monotone
dry
personality.
Yeah. Great show. I've been listening to Tell 'em Steve Dave a lot this week. It's just my go-to funny podcast.
Brian looks like he's going to hand you some kind of like staff.
Yeah,
send
that's
you
an
on a quest.
old ass picture of those guys. If you're not listening to that, I highly recommend checking it out.
It's a great show.
Oh, the Raw and SmackDown after WrestleMania. Holy crap. My mind's blown.
Let me hold my breath.
Yeah. Sami Zayn returned. I know nobody at this table knows who that is, but he had one of the best lines ever to end like a scathing promo against the fans.
I've heard of Billy Zane.
Oh, cool.
From Titanic.
From The Phantom. Deep cut.
Yeah.
First superhero, brother. Him in the shadow. But he ended his promo with, "I'll see you in hell," and just drops the mic, and it's like, that is the ultimate like mic drop thing to say to someone. I'll see you in hell.
Like, sure.
Whatever happened to fuck you?
No, it's PG. You can't say fuck you.
Oh my god.
Okay, we're going to jump into the
seen
news
this.
now. Now, in China, when they're not making shit movies with Bruce Willis, they are making
That's for your dick, right?
sperm extractors. It's for those people who just don't want to touch their own dick to jerk off and like donate their sperm.
Take all the fun out of it, and then have it fuck a robot.
It's literally like just like a little like,
Hey, robot fucker. Do you need assistance?
could it look any creepier?
It looks like a lady's shaver.
It does look
God,
like
I
a
didn't
big
even see
giant
it, yeah.
lady shaver with a button.
That's what I thought it was.
Oh,
I was
wow.
like, that's huge. That's
Nope.
some big lady.
How like
She's really tall.
Would you do this?
no.
Oh, yeah, I do it once.
Okay. You know what's weird? They sell 10,000 of them a year.
What?
Yeah, that's what blew my
I
mind.
would 100% believe that.
Yeah, those guys. They got.
They're not. No, this is not like for home use.
I understand.
What?
But
This
I'd
is
have
like-
one in my home.
Yeah, if it was at my house, I'd use it.
Like an X-ray machine in your home.
Yeah.
Like that's like how they look at this. It's in the same book that you
Yeah,
buy the
I'm
X-ray
just
machine.
I'm just an aspiring young
sperm donor.
sperm donor. Yeah.
Wow.
It's insane.
You imagine having to clean that thing?
That's another thing I don't understand how it works.
You,
Like,
you for sure got to wear like a. I was
Dick
say.
sleeve?
No, I saw.
That wouldn't work though because the end has to be open.
Actually, I think I saw a video on that. Like that middle piece, the
vagina?
the inside vagina piece comes out, and they replace
like a
that.
trap.
Yeah.
Oh,
in
like the thing that goes in your
Ghostbusters.
ear at the
Yeah,
doctor's office
It's all ribbed and all that gnarly.
for your pleasure.
Yeah. It's
You
all
can pick,
gnarly
maybe
and
you pick
shit,
out the one you,
You know,
want.
you know the
Yeah.
ear thermometer. They put that thing on there, poke it in your ear, and they
And then
hit it, and
inject
it
it.
falls off into the
Yeah.
trash. Same thing.
Yep. Same thing.
Cool.
Yeah.
The design's great.
So I would definitely do it then, knowing it's
I
clean.
think it needs handles though.
Maybe different models.
The Bic extractor. That's what it's called.
Put some ponytails on the sides of it.
Happy handles.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think can we go to this company see if we can just test one? I just want to see what it's like
Maybe a sponsor.
to kind of understand. Yeah, you heard of Fleshlight? This is the Bic extractor.
Yeah.
It's starting to get a little hot now.
You're going to have... Oh, man.
The finger in there is disturbing. It looks like a child's hand.
That's why I picked the picture.
Yeah, it looks like the hand of
I was
a
like,
child.
this is the weirdest thing you could see. Is like, hey,
This is how it works.
yeah, this is where you put your dick.
It kind of looks like a booty hole, like a gaping booty hole.
Can you request that?
I want lips.
The,
Can you put lips
like,
around mine?
in the head and like the weird fake hair? Oh, well, there you go, China.
Killing it.
Kudos to you.
In more lighthearted news, Jess she was on Queer Eye.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you remember this episode.
I don't think I've seen this one.
I have seen it.
Her family, like when she came out as gay, just abandoned her and kicked her to the curb. And she was trying to go to college, and she couldn't pay for college and work. Like the stress of working a full-time job, trying to go to college full-time, it just didn't work out. So she ended up quitting college. Fans of the show found out that she quit and ended up making a GoFundMe for her, and she
Nice.
got $100,000 to go back to
So
school.
awesome.
She looks super sweet. Like she would just be like the
She
happiest person.
seemed genuinely cool and nice in the episode.
Huh.
Obviously, she had extra money, and she donated all that to one of the like a charity. I forget which one it was.
That's awesome.
But yeah, that's a cool story.
Yeah.
That
The
is.
show is like the sweetest show ever. Like, not in like cool sweet, but like genuinely sweet.
Right.
Like
makes it dusty.
Endearing.
It's dusty in here.
Endearing.
Yeah. Cool.
Want to talk more about that fucking machine? Oh, this is really weird. Megan shared this story with me. This man, Tommy Connolly, 23-year-old grandpa.
What?
Yep.
He doesn't. For the record, he looks like he's about 40.
He's he's a goddamn grandpa at 23. I think he'd look 42.
Yeah, no shit.
I think somebody fucked up.
Well, as it turns out, his 17-year-old cousin was homeless, living on the street, and he adopted her, and she was pregnant. So it's technically his daughter by adoption, and she had a baby.
I see.
He loopholed getting that.
He loopholed he can use that in the bar though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's like, I'm a grandpa. Like, wow, you look so young. He's like,
You look really good for being a grandpa.
It is what it is, Moisturizer. Always use lotion.
As Jonathan Van Ness screams, use the moisturizer and sunscreen every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, I guess.
Let's talk about that fucking machine again.
It's just crazy to be.
Yeah, that's all I can think about is that giant lady Bic.
Well, let's get into the geek news.
Geek News is brought to you by Bluefang Solutions. Head over to bluefangsolutions.com and get a server for your favorite PC game. Use code BirdLaw15, all lowercase, at checkout for 15% off every month.
Well, I mean, how are we not going to talk about this? Star Wars Episode 9 got its official title, The Rise of Skywalker. How HARD am I right now? The teaser trailer is amazing.
Yeah, it's great.
My life right now in this version of my life is all in consumed by Endgame. This chipped away at it a little bit when I was like, oh, I want to be back in this world again. It makes the bad taste of The Last Jedi completely washes it out of my mouth, seeing everyone again. You kind of forget, like, oh yeah, that movie kind of sucked.
Oh yeah, she flew through space.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was that bad? Was Last Jedi bad?
Yeah. I tried to defend it, but
I was entertained, but I'm just gonna not talk about it ever again. Like kind of like episode 1 and shit like that. I'm just
it's a miss.
It happened.
It missed.
Yep.
They swung and missed on that.
Yep. Swung big. Swung for the fences.
Do they build off of it still, the story?
Well,
I
we'll
think
find
so.
out.
Yeah. They would have to keep a lot of it canon though,
Yeah.
Which is
well,
whatever.
So J.J. Abrams directed episode 7.
Which was awesome.
Ryan Johnson directed Last Jedi, which is episode 8. And Ryan Johnson kind of, like, everything that J.J. Abrams set up, Ryan Johnson's kind of just, none of that mattered.
Yep.
And now we're wondering if we'll get a course correction back.
Because isn't JJ coming back?
Yeah,
on this
he
one?
directed this one.
Oh.
And it's like,
why do they just not keep the same guy?
he didn't want to do it. A lot, like,
for
stress
sure.
and pressure.
For sure.
And,
Yeah, but
just toss money at him,
yeah,
though.
they're just backing a truck.
oh,
up
yeah,
your-
like...
Yeah.
and dumping money.
Yeah, but I mean, I am assuming, this is just assuming, that they had to have everything in place for episode 8 before episode 7 even wrapped, like pre-production stuff. And maybe J.J. Abrams was like, I don't know how is this going to be well received? Like, I don't know if I want to be the guy directing all these if this gets destroyed critically.
I think I don't know, man. Like with me,
Or he might have had another project that I'm unaware of.
with this, I really hope this is the end of the Skywalker.
He says it
like,
is.
If you because I know Disney's going to keep going with Star Wars. They have to.
Yeah.
But just stop the Skywalker series after this.
Right.
Let's meet new characters
Yeah.
and dig into that world, but don't make it a lot like the Han movie.
Yeah, get away from that.
Yeah.
Ryan Johnson is still slated to direct 3 Star Wars movies.
Give him another shot.
Yeah, and then maybe he can do better with just a fresh characters and not going, because that is hard. It's really, there is something to, like, a guy has a vision and then you come in and it's like, well, that's not what I want to do. Like,
Yeah.
being that middleman in a trilogy of movies is kind of weird. I bet, and honestly, if they could go back and do it all over again, they would not. They probably wouldn't have him do it.
Either that or just bring somebody in who's willing to just be like like
Yep, I'm the Star Wars
guy. Like you're no like
a Kevin
like,
Feige.
Like Abrams is like, I'll do the first one, and he just can't do the second one. So bring someone in that's willing to just swallow their own ego and be like, this is this dude's vision. Run with it.
Kind of like a TV show where like Kevin Smith
executive
always
producer.
talks about how when he goes directs like episodes of The Flash and
Or an
Supergirl, he is
guest
just
director.
literally there to be the one that yells cut.
I think the egos are too big in movies, though. To do that.
Something. But holy crap!
Oh, man. That laugh.
Yeah, at the end of the teaser, if you haven't watched it, you get that laugh.
I got chills.
Yes.
What?
Then J.J. Abrams confirmed that Palpatine is in this movie. Now we don't know if it is a force,
flashback
like a force ghost, the spirit, the evil spirit. Like if there's good force ghosts or the bad force ghosts. We're gonna find out, man.
Oh, man.
We're gonna find out.
Avi, are you ever gonna go back and watch these movies?
Probably not. I thought the guy was from Harry Potter.
You son of a bitch. How are you? Why are you the way you are?
The only way I'll go back and watch it is if my son wants to sit down and watch them.
My wife is another one that's never seen them.
It
blows my mind.
But yeah, once you mention a spaceship, she checks out.
Yeah.
It just blows my mind how you cannot have been like in your world. Like I feel like this would come up all the time.
It does when I talk to you guys.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just doesn't interest me.
It's so good.
I haven't seen these. Like, I don't know.
Maybe just watch these ones.
Yeah, I could.
Like as movies, they're action packed, and I don't like.
When I was a kid, even when I was a kid, it just felt cheesy. Like I just couldn't get into it.
Well, you're watching the old ones.
Yeah. And then I heard how terrible. And then when I was into like middle school and the other ones came out, I heard how terrible they were.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, this doesn't seem good to me. I don't know why. I don't know. This doesn't.
Did your dad like Star Wars?
No.
We
watched Godfather.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was our trilogy. That's what we watched together. It was Godfather.
That makes sense. Because I think a lot of that is having an older person introduce you to it.
Mm-hmm. My son's into it. So if we
nowadays it's just so like infused in our culture that everyone is exposed to Star Wars now.
Yeah.
Where before it was like, oh, this is cool. What's this? It's like a separate subculture, but now it's just. I mean,
he's pulled me into stuff like the superhero stuff. I mean, a big reason I've watched those things is because I know that he likes it.
Yeah,
I force fed superheroes to my to my family.
Yeah. I haven't really force fed anything to him. I mean, he just is his own little dude.
Yeah,
but like most dads do it with sports. Superheroes.
Yeah.
Superheroes.
Staying in the Star Wars universe, Star Wars Fallen Order, Jedi Fallen Order is coming out in, let me see my note. I made a note. It's coming out
November.
Yeah, this November.
Yeah.
I'd give that a shot.
I'd play that.
Yeah.
I watched the trailer. It looked pretty cool.
Yeah, it does look good. I heard there's going to be no microtransactions and no multiplayer.
Yeah, let's relax on that. It'll be what it'll be. It'll be a bunch of DLC or something. EA is just, they've fucked up so many games with microtransactions.
They have such
that
a
they'll figure something else out.
That drives me crazy because I'm not a big gamer. I just want to put in the game and play the game.
Mm-hmm.
And man, my son is always asking like, "Oh, I want to buy this character, dude. Why do I have to keep putting money into this thing?"
I don't mind DLC.
The Spider-Man
when
game
it's
was
real,
like that.
but like a lot of games will put out half-finished games and then drop DLCs for $20 that you have to. Like what's really bad about that is EA DICE with like Battlefield. Like they'll release like a game with like 4 maps, and then you'll have to buy the next map pack, and the next map pack, and the next map pack.
Oh, they're getting backlash for it. EA definitely got like
how do they sleep at night?
The hate for it.
But if it's actual, I was telling you guys, the only reason I know anything about Star Wars at all is because of the first nights on Xbox.
Okay.
Like I played that on original Xbox, and that's how I knew anything in the universe at all.
This is supposed to be the story of when Executive Order 666 was executed, or was it 66?
6-6 is what the trailer
Yeah.
says.
6.
That was when
Come on, dude.
Palpatine
Even
came
Star
out.
Wars,
and,
bro.
well, okay,
Jesus.
then what's it do? Smart guy, Captain Big Nuts. What's it do?
I knew it was called 6-6.
That's when Palpatine ordered the clone troopers to turn on and kill all the Jedi. This guy survives somehow, and you're playing as a Jedi that was just kind of like living life. Kind of like
hiding. It looked
kind of like on X-Men when Magneto went into hiding and he had to use his power to save a friend and then got exposed. That happened. That happens in the trailer.
I noticed the main character in the trailer is Ian from Shameless or the Joker from Gotham series.
Yeah,
it's that dude.
I forget his name.
I as well forget his name, but that's who it is. But yeah, it looked pretty cool.
It looks good.
Yeah. If anything's gonna pull me into the Star Wars universe, it's probably gonna be a game.
Yeah, that makes sense. You're a streamer.
Yeah.
So Disney announced their launch date and their price for Disney Plus.
I kind of hate it, by the way.
November 12th.
Mm-hmm.
$6.99 a month.
It's awesome, but
That's
here's why I hate it.
Because you have to get it. It's too much of a good deal.
Well, not only that, but I'm afraid that what's going to happen is it's a lot of content and it's cheap, right? Especially compared to Netflix. Netflix price just went up. But what's going to happen, I'm afraid, is that it's going to pull enough users off of it's going to pull enough users from Netflix that it's going to hurt Netflix, and then Disney can eventually become the biggest shareholder, and then eventually the only option, because they're going to own everything.
Yeah.
They already own all the other streaming services like Hulu and shit.
Yeah.
And then they'll own everything, and then before long, Netflix is going to be losing money, and then Disney is going to be charging $20, $25, whatever they want, because at a certain point they're going to be the only competitor.
Hail to the mouse.
Yeah.
So that's the scary part.
I really hope that doesn't happen.
Just be excited that it's.
I'm down with that. I'll get it too, but I'm just worried because Netflix is really killing it right now. Like their original content's really nice.
Yeah, we talked about that.
It's really good. Mm-hmm. I'm afraid that they make a ton of money. They make a ton of money from DVDs still, which is fucking mind blowing. But like
they still rent DVDs.
Yeah, I think they make a lot of money from DVDs.
Yeah,
sure.
I thought we brought up the stat one time, and it was ridiculous how much money they still made from DVDs.
The DC app's getting better.
Yeah, I was going to ask you. So, what's your status report on the DC Universe app?
I don't go on it as much as I'd like to, but I mean, it's so geared just for that comic book thing, and then a lot of the stuff, like my kid can't watch. Like
Doom Patrol,
Titans. I mean, those are hard R's, and they're awesome shows.
Yeah,
but I'm not. There's sex and all kinds of shit in there. I can't let my kids see yet.
Right.
And but I mean, all the other shows, it's good. I love how they have all the cartoons and all that stuff because their movies are amazing.
Yeah, that would be what really intrigues me.
Yeah, and I mean the comic book aspect is awesome and my son he goes on it more than I do because every day you got to read. Well, I let him read comic books for school projects. And
you think Disney Plus would do something like that with the Marvel comics? Do they not?
I don't know if they. I think they own them, but I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either on the details if they own Marvel Publishing, like the comics side of it.
I don't know.
The price point at $7 a month is insane.
Yeah,
like. Obviously, it's not going to last forever that low because Netflix was more affordable in the beginning anyway. Like, everything just goes up because, hey, we have to spend money to make money on licensing.
Well, 100%. And this is their entry. They're already going to have the diehards, the people who need the mouse in their life, right? Mm-hmm. Like, the people with kids. They would have spent $15 a month.
So,
is this a movie or
it's a TV show? The Mandalorian is going to launch with the Disney Plus app. It'll be the first original content that launches with
when does it?
Damn you,
when
mouse.
does it?
November 12th. John Favreau is behind this.
God damn it, mouse.
Favreau's the man.
Holy shit. Enough said.
Yeah.
This is worth $7.
Oh, it was already worth
$7
without the original
it's worth
content.
$7. Yeah, 100%. And I don't want to spoil some other things that we got to talk about, but they just hey, more. They're just throwing more at it. And it's like, holy crap.
They know they're going to get,
I just hope.
See, that price point gets the casuals like me, though.
Yeah.
And then eventually we can be like, well, this is so much content here. I'm not watching Netflix as much. Let's just drop Netflix. It's already $15 as it is. Let's drop that. And I'm afraid all people do that. And then we're going to be running out of competition. And then we'll be spending $30 a month for mouse at that point because they own so much.
Netflix as soon as all the price point and the announcement of the lineup was announced, Netflix stock dropped 2% immediately.
What?
I just checked before we started, and it's down 4.4% since the announcement.
Yeah.
Dude.
But that's a lot of just like
I know, it's
scare.
early on.
It's like a knee-jerk reaction to something, so people bail.
I mean, it's not. I can't imagine unless Netflix drops price or has a big acquisition. It's hard to acquire things when Disney owns everything. So like, unless they do something big, they're not going to climb. Their stock's not going to climb it that much more. I wouldn't say.
Well, I don't know that they would let because there was all those whoever was involved with the Fox and Disney stuff. Mm-hmm. They won't let Disney own all of it.
It's a lot harder. They could. It's one of those things like you can own all of it through like.
Do you think they'd let them own it all though?
Yeah, probably. Like, I don't know. I mean, I really don't know. Do you think there's a day where Disney buys Netflix? Will they buy Netflix within 5 years?
I think there's a day that the mouse will be president.
It's just a fake character is our president.
It's so hard to tell where we're going to be in 5 years in the state of streaming because I don't know because we still have. No, I don't think so. Unless here's what I could see potentially happening is Apple and Netflix doing something.
Teaming up.
Yeah.
I forget who out of that group is being real stingy. I think is it
Netflix.
Is it Netflix that's being stingy?
Netflix didn't want to.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Didn't want to jump onto Apple's platform for Apple
You
Plus.
got to get along.
Well, not yet. Netflix is still the player for now.
It's still like
Disney's the real problem.
Netflix is the Kleenex.
The problem is Apple and Disney are already synced up somehow because Hulu's in it. Hulu's in that Disney Plus or Apple Plus.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. I don't know how that's going to work with Disney Plus coming out.
I don't know.
But it'll be interesting. I don't know. I think that Amazon Prime, Netflix, Disney Plus, and whatever Apple can figure out. Because Apple is going to have original content. They've already announced original content, and they have some pretty big stars.
This is getting out of hand.
It really is.
But it's good though. I'm glad that it's not. Each network has their own because they do, but they're not able to keep up, which I'm happy about.
Like
that.
NBC.
Yes, I don't want all that shit, right?
Yeah.
But I'm glad that Apple's like we have our own now, and I'm glad that the only bad thing is if they start getting this is the problem with video games right now too. Is when game developer or publishers really decide that they want to be exclusive to just this place.
Yeah.
Because then you have to go get that.
Yeah.
That's the worst part about it. But, so as long as like existing shows aren't like, all right, I'm only going to be on Apple Plus now. Sorry, guys. Like that sucks.
Yeah.
Because that's not good for the consumer. We should be able to get, with the exception of that company's exclusives, we want to be able to get everything everywhere so that we can choose which one we want to use. I hate when they force your hand into getting their content and their launcher or whatever.
Right.
We should offer a service where you subscribe and then now you can build your own package.
They have that.
Kind of.
Well, Sling does that. It's kind of like that. There's like or PlayStation View, but it's more like
it's all one bill.
Yeah.
But it's one bill.
I just want cable.
Apple's trying to do that.
That'd be awesome. Then it wouldn't be so big of a deal. But then you're getting right back into cable again.
That's what. That's where you say it's been going for a while. But that's
just
what
gonna loop back
Apple.
around.
That's what Apple Plus is trying to do. They're trying to get everything in one spot. They're trying to get everything all in one location. So, I don't know.
What would have been the price where you're like, nah, I'm not getting it
For Disney?
Yeah.
$15, probably.
Yeah. That would be probably mine too, where it's like I'm not going to get it immediately. I would wait for like the whole season to be
because
released.
it's going to be limited right now too. Like they already said that like not everything is going to be available that they have at launch.
Well, I'm going to tell you what is going to be available at launch.
Yeah, I saw that.
The first 30 seasons of The Simpsons.
So when's the second half come?
Yeah. That made me laugh when it said the first 30 because it's like, oh my God. But
so amazing that show's been on that long.
Hulu gets the new season. That's how it works.
Huh.
But
so like the current season.
It's the original agreement, probably.
Yeah, it's like.
But Disney owns Hulu.
Disney owns the biggest majority of Hulu. They don't own it just 100%.
So as of right now, even though we've talked about the fact that all of the R stuff will be on Hulu and not Disney, those will still be two different paid subscriptions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Hulu still
They
stands
might
alone.
do. You know what? They could do packages.
They'd have to
Just
do a package, I would
man.
think.
It'd be great.
And like there'll be things like when you get
Hulu's already really cheap, by the way. Like especially if you can add it onto
Hulu's
like
also
Spotify
free
and shit.
if you have Sprint. It just comes with your Sprint cell phone plan.
The ad one.
I'm not sure which one, but there is a version that comes with it, and it's like, well,
I like Hulu.
but they got me excited because I have the DVDs of like I forget when I stopped buying the Simpsons seasons, and it's just like I don't want to dig out the DVDs to watch this, but it's I want to watch like season 3. Now I can for $7 a month.
Yeah, I'm in.
When you already own it.
Yeah, but I don't know where it's at. So I did not know Hellboy, the new one came out. I did not know that the guy from Stranger Things, the sheriff, was Hellboy.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
They made a huge deal about it on the internet.
I don't see it.
It literally just went over my just flew I saw the name and I didn't associate it with Stranger Things.
Yep.
Now I kind of want to see it after I shit on it, but I don't think I'm gonna go see it because I heard it's horrible.
Well, yeah, this is a hard pill to swallow because it's not Del Toro.
Yeah, that's what.
And because his characters match
It was
Mike
perfect.
Mignola's art so well, and it's just I don't know. I'm gonna go see it just because it's Hellboy.
I'll definitely just wait until it's streamable.
Yeah, I mean, I might do that, but I'm not gonna rush out to see it in the theater because it's rated. I can't take my kid to go see it.
Right.
But I mean, it looks cool. He looks really rough, as opposed because the Ron Perlman Hellboy was just sleek, and the design was so much
I was
better.
curious. I was like, why did they ditch Ron Perlman? And it's because he's like 75 years old or something like that.
They didn't ask any of the original cast to come
Yeah, they
back.
just went with a strict reboot.
Yep.
And they
A
got
lot of them were pissed off about it.
That's what got me thinking. Like, I don't remember anyone saying like we don't like this version.
They were great.
Yeah, everyone seemed to love it.
Yeah.
I've never actually seen it.
The second one is not as good as the first one in my opinion, but it was still good.
Yeah, it's still great.
I'm down though. They have Swirl. I don't know what his name is. Ian something. He played Swearingen in Deadwood. Yeah,
I'm watching Deadwood.
That was awesome. It's fantastic.
I'm in the first season.
I wish it was longer.
Well, they're supposed to be making a movie about it.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I think it's the same cast.
Mm-hmm. This got me thinking though. What other reboots do you remember in recent history that have come out and just been awful? And I got one. Ghostbusters. You damn lady Ghostbusters. Other times like recasting too, like a major recasting. Ones that did work are Batman. When they recast with Christian Bale and just kind of rebooted the whole Batman cinematic franchise.
Yeah.
That was very successful.
I wish they'd just stop. I mean, you just pick a guy, a young kid, and make him Batman,
unknown.
man.
Get an unknown.
Just make him Batman. And if he
Sign him
wants
for
to quit,
10 movies.
it's Batman. You're putting a mask on a guy.
Yeah, I agree.
Just we'll accept it. Just do it.
You got any?
A bad?
Yeah, a bad
No,
one or a good one.
I can't think of any. No.
A good reboot. Star Trek, good reboot. It's like a soft reboot though because they do incorporate the old movies.
I like the new Star Trek ones.
Yeah,
with Chris Pine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they did good with those.
It's a tricky thing to reboot something that's not that old. Like Star Trek's easy because it's older, but Hellboy, it was only 10 years. Like it was 10 years ago we got a Hellboy.
I didn't get why they wanted to reboot it so quick, but they
like money.
Yeah. They thought there were more meat on the Hellboy bone.
Yep.
I think there could have been had you brought back Perlman and that.
I understand why you can't bring him back. It's to an extent.
It's like everything's
CG anyway.
He's so old and he's in a mask. You can put a stuntman for all the fighting.
You don't even.
But he's been in a mask almost his entire career.
His face is a mask.
It does kind of like a mask. He looks like a Maine Coon cat. We talked about this.
No, are they doing really?
Grease is gonna have a prequel.
Oh Jesus!
A prequel.
Prequel.
They're already teenagers. Well, they're gonna be children.
No, it's gonna
Grease 2.
I don't know. Grease 2 motorcycles. Hashtag motorcycles. So this is in early development stages. It's going to be the love story, like the summer lovin'.
Is Disney gonna?
I think
is Disney gonna make him look young?
I think they should do the whole. Marvel should step in and be like, "We got this."
I bet Disney owns this shit.
I don't know if Disney owns Grease.
Who knows?
I don't think
they
so.
own
I
everything.
feel like it was Fox.
Was it Fox?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
No, not back then it wasn't, but I feel like Fox owns it for some reason.
But
Who wants to see Grease again?
that made me think, like, I know my younger girl siblings would love more Grease. Megan, as a female?
I'm skeptical.
And there it is,
Yeah.
folks.
Hot take.
see it.
Hot take by Megan.
I could see like a lot of older people being like, all right, like my mom. I could see my mom wanting to go see Grease.
Yeah, it just all depends. It was a big hit. Like, my generation liked it because the parents liked it and watched it. Like, it was like the musical.
Yeah,
I remember watching it several times.
yeah, I watched it.
I actually like the first one. I don't know how it holds up now. Like, to go back and watch it now, I don't know if I would dig like a musical.
At the time.
But that wraps up Geek News. You ready to do a draft?
Yeah.
1992 TV shows. They had to debut in the year 1992. Guest gets to go first. It'll go Jason, Megan, Tyler, Avery, Law. We're only doing 3 rounds because there's not a lot.
I don't know, I'll have enough.
I think you'll
I
be
got
fine.
quite a
Your
bit of
old people shows will be fine.
I don't have that many. All right.
The first pick in the
Well,
1992 TV show draft.
I'm taking the best one of all.
Yeah.
Batman animated series.
Yeah.
Beat that show in 1992. Beat that show now.
Yeah. This audience
still
doesn't
watch that.
give a shit, Jason.
I watched a little bit of that.
I love
Oh,
it.
did
That
you?
Yeah.
is the best
It was just
cartoon.
on. I wasn't like into
You
the.
dozed off watching your other show and woke up.
Woke up to that. Yeah.
It's one of the greatest cartoons ever made.
It's amazing. Still watch it.
Megan, what are you taking?
My first pick is The Adventures of Pete and Pete.
I came out in '92.
Yeah, I thought that was...
I don't know. I didn't see it.
Y'all are questioning me.
Well, because I would have picked it. I didn't see it.
I thought he picked it last time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not going to give it to you.
Dun,
No,
dun,
I'm looking
dun,
it
dun.
up. Hold on. Yeah, 1992 TV series. So take a point away from Avery because he picked it at the wrong year.
Oh,
Well, did it debut in '92?
Oh.
I don't know.
Discrepancy.
But that's true. I'm gonna call her out.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and pick X-Men, the animated series.
Fuck you, Tyler.
See, Jason being here screws me over more than
This is
any of
hard.
you
Yeah.
guys.
This is hard because
Yeah.
there's not. I mean, I guess I'm gonna pick Martin.
Oh, man. Oof, that hurts.
I thought that was funny. Funny show.
I've watched like maybe an episode or two.
It was on a lot when I was a kid.
That's where the damn Gina thing comes from.
It is.
Yeah.
Damn Gina.
Yeah.
There you go. You got that going for you.
That damn Gina going on.
Jason, what are you taking?
Well, I guess...
You only wrote 2 down.
Yeah, I only wrote
We don't have. There's not a lot.
No, there isn't.
I guess the Ben Stiller show.
That's good. For like a season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Lot-
Ben Stiller.
lot.
I like him.
Yeah.
Megan?
My number 2 is going to be The Real World.
Trying to think.
Did
I don't
that
think-
debut in?
Yeah, it did.
Wow.
That one is
92.
that
Yeah.
one is true. Oh, I'm gonna take Nickelodeon's Guts.
Nice.
It's an old person show you guys probably never even seen. I'm gonna take Larry Sanders Show.
Wow.
Yep. Old.
You were watching that back then?
No. I've watched it since then though. It was good. It was like the inner workings of a kind of like the way
I would probably like it. To be honest with you. A lot of people seem to like that show.
30 Rock. You know 30 Rock? It's kind of like that. Like it's the inner workings of a late night show.
Man, there's still a pretty big heavy hitter that I'm shocked that didn't get picked. Because I actually remember watching it, unlike some of the things that have been picked.
Whose turn is it?
I've watched everything that I've.
It's
It's mine.
Jason's turn.
I think I'm gonna have to go with the young Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I have that on my list.
I even remember the cartoon of that too. Young Indiana Jones cartoon.
Yep. Ooh, Megan, you got some thinking to do.
Why?
Because there's a good big one left.
Well, my third one's going to be Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
That's not one I would have picked.
Well,
P&P debuted in 1993.
it has 1992 on IMDb.
Well, they lied, goddammit.
Well, so what do? Just chuck that and I got to pick another one?
I don't really care.
This is horse shit.
This is bullshit. God damn it.
It doesn't matter. I
don't-
don't care. I'm not
I
going to win anything.
don't remember what I picked that for.
Well, not with that kind of attitude, Megan.
So I'm either going to take Mad About You,
Yep.
The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, or March to WrestleMania.
You should probably pick that third one.
And I'm going to take Mad About You.
Yep.
It's probably the most.
That was a big show.
That's probably the most successful show that is on the list.
No.
I was surprised.
Mad About You?
Batman the Animated
Yeah.
Series?
I don't know if they did numbers because Mad About You was a primetime
Everybody
sitcom.
watched. Adults were watching Batman.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to see because
Oh,
I'm just saying Batman wasn't a 8 o'clock NBC show though. That's when the majority of America watches TV back then.
Yeah, I mean, I remember my parents always
I'll see
watching
you
Mad
in
About
hell.
You.
Just saying.
I was
Numbers-wise.
surprised nobody picked Def Comedy Jam.
he still gets to pick. Is he going to pick
Oh,
it?
shit.
Now I'm picking Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Oh, man. I used to love that show.
Yeah.
That came out in 1992.
Oh!
According to IMDb.
I think it's wrong.
I think,
Look it up.
I don't
Look it
remember
up.
seeing it.
Look it up. Yeah.
Because I definitely would have picked
I
that
am going to
if
look
I
all this up. And it might just be me versus Jason. You guys might be
Yeah.
disqualified.
No.
It's fine.
Look it up.
Fuck it.
Look it up.
I was hoping somebody was going to say Gladiators, and then we could shame them because it was a British show.
Oh,
Gladiators.
I had an honorable mention of Goof Troop.
That was 92.
Yeah.
I didn't see that either.
Yeah, I didn't
Do
find
you
that
remember
one.
the theme song?
Do, 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 do.
That's DuckTales.
No, I do not remember.
I'm embarrassed.
Oh, okay.
That was embarrassing. To be fair, he doesn't really know any music.
To be fair.
Unless it's by Diamond Rio.
Hey,
I'm just really pissed off. about
there's some
this
heat
whole
about that. The Diamond Rio being shit on. Some guy, Ben, was not too happy.
Yeah. Pet Cemetery sucks too, Ben. So
He's just going to bust in and fight you. We're live,
his
pal.
his head
He
is
does
red.
know where I live.
it's like Brutus's barbershop or whatever.
He'll throw you through the window. All right. You can vote on two ways this time. You can vote on Twitter and Facebook. The poll will be live. And then we're going to add them up and get our result.
Do you get two? Like,
You can vote.
if you vote on Facebook,
You can
gotta-
vote twice.
Then you got to run over and
You can
Okay.
if you want.
So yeah, can I vote for myself?
Of course.
Of course.
That's the only way me or Meg are going to ever get a fucking vote. is if we vote for ourselves.
That was definitely my weakest one ever right there.
No one had a strong one other than Jason
I believe
with
I
Batman the Animated Series.
Mad About You is probably the most
Yeah.
successful money show on that. At least while it was on.
That would be fun to know. Like, Mad About You versus Batman. Which one was bigger?
It probably would be fun if we did bring little
Yeah.
fun facts with the show.
Do a little mini vote for the chat on that.
Oh yeah, who's the
Everyone always votes for Megan in the chat, but no one shows up for it on social
Right?
media.
Yeah, I'd appreciate
No,
it if
between-
y'all voted for me.
Between Mad About You and Batman.
Oh.
Papios needs to pull through for me since I knocked over some Funkos for him.
create some burner accounts?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have to. I mean, if you just think about it, 8 o'clock slot on NBC or whatever it was, that has to be bigger than.
Yeah, but Batman was
I'm
just like
talking- I
every
guess-
kid I knew.
I understand.
I'm thinking like
everybody-
longevity wise.
No, I'm just thinking like while it was on.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I'd have to think that brought in
but
more
I
money.
mean, yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense to be like a show that was on at 8 o'clock on a primetime network did do better numbers than
Yeah, of
a
course.
show that was on at 5 o'clock on
Yeah.
WGN.
Because think about it, back in the 90s, like Thursday nights on NBC, that's what you watched. Like that's what your house watched. You watched the stuff on NBC at 8 o'clock after Jeopardy. You know, like everyone.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
get it.
Hell, Batman's still pulling numbers in.
It'd be a reason I get the DC
Yeah, it's
because
all
they
on there.
pulled it from Prime.
Yep.
I went to look and it's not on Amazon Prime anymore, which upset me.
Our ranter said hashtag Megan, so
Cool.
I think we should count that as a vote.
Yeah, we just count if anyone supports any of us other than him.
Aaron doesn't know what he wants. He's very confused.
No, he's not.
He gonna get a talking to later. You can follow the show on Twitter and Facebook at Some Guys Talking. Some Guys Talking Podcast on Instagram and Twitch. Where can they follow you guys?
You can find me on Twitch and Instagram at Aviary Law. You can find me on Twitter at Aviary Law Stream.
You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter by Jason Gilmer, or Truck Stop Comix on all 3 platforms.
All right.
Comics with an X.
You got a contest going. Tell us about it.
So basically what the idea is we are doing a fighting comic book. So all the characters will be go head to head with one another. Chances are no character will make it out alive. But what we're asking is for kids to draw or create and draw your own character, very own character, and name him. Give me a sentence of what he can do, whether his powers are punching really hard or we had a submission over.
Can adults do this?
No.
Can I submit? My drawing will be that of a child.
I don't know. I had a
slippery slope.
Yeah, that is a slippery slope. I had a submission over the weekend here, and it was a girl. She was super polite about sending. It seemed like she was hesitant almost, but she said she was 18 and I looked at my son and my wife. Were like, "Hey man, 18. What do you think?" Still a kid.
Oh.
Go for it. So I think 18 might be the cutoff, but
okay.
Her drawing was fantastic. But we've gotten about 10 submissions so far, and hopefully more to come. And but yeah, so the winners, once we choose the winners after September 24th, me and my son will choose the winners. What's going to happen is I will end up redrawing the characters, but in the back of the book, we're going to make a page or two that has all the original art of the kids, so we can put that up and put the kid's name and age and all that stuff. And then I'll try to send you a copy, the winners of a copy of the comic book.
Sounds good.
It's turning out really cool right now. I've started doing some preliminary sketches, and it's really exciting when those submissions come in.
Exciting.
So,
well, this has just always been
Some Guys Talking.